Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Had to wait a little bit there for Wolfie to bark to start the episode, but yes, we are back in Farlands or Bust. In Farlands or Bust. Walking to the Farlands in Minecraft Beta. Beta. Pronounce that as possibly as you can. Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. This is... I'm about to drop a bunch of more numbers on ya. This is episode 435 of Farlands or Bust. Oh, that way is east. We are traveling west for now, towards the Farlands. Like I said, episode 435. It is Wednesday, January 7th, 2015. And we are simultaneously raising money for Child's Play charity at farlandsorbust.com. We are up to... That is a pretty cool little, it's a stalactite. It's a combination stalactite, stalagmite, because it is both coming from the bottom and the top. I will get rid of that just in case. Where was I? Oh, we're raising money for Child's Play charity. We're at $17,829.27. Towards our $50,000 goal for Season 5, conveniently. $50,000 for Season 5. Ooh. And all that money goes directly to Child's Play charity. That is the official Child's Play charity donation widget. Click on Donate. Money goes directly to Child's Play charity. You can use PayPal or credit card or whatever you doth choose. Well, you're limited. Obviously, you can't shove cash through your monitor to donate to Child's Play charity, but anything short of that is pretty much all right. And all that money goes to help get toys, books, and games to kids in hospitals around the world. On the Penny Arcade blog, there was a post kind of wrapping up Child's Play charity and kind of giving a brief overview about how... Oh, I should have gotten more numbers down. What is there? I believe there's 111 hospitals, 20 of which, or maybe there's like 111 hospitals in the United States and 20 hospitals internationally that have partnered with Child's Play charity. Numbers around that general ballpark that Child's Play charity works with. That gets, obviously, toys, books, and games to them. And then they recently started, much more slowly, but they've recently started doing a program with domestic shelters to get similar partnerships with domestic shelters in the United States to get them set up with things, basically, you know, toys, books, and games, all important things to remain kids when they're not quite in the most kid-friendly environments, that is to say hospitals and stuff like that. Remain kids, and it does indeed. There is scientific data that shows that when kids are happy and, say, able to remain kids, they tend to recover quicker and have a better chances of recovering from whatever reason they may be in the hospital or not. And also, there's stories, and they say how these game rooms and things that are in these hospitals can be used by kids. Say their parents or something are in the hospital for any terrible reason, and they have to spend an extended amount of time in the hospital. This helps them remain kids when, say, a family member isn't doing too good. So it's a great cause, something that we've been supporting for over 3 years now, isn't it? Yeah, over 3 years. My God, we're almost coming up. This March is going to be 4 years of Farlands or Bust. What the Sam Hill is going on here? All right, let's take some pictures. This is we gotta get a little bit of a better angle here. Ooh. Smile for the camera. All right, there we go. Let's grab Wolfie, and this pig will be forever immortalized in that picture, but he will die right now. Oh, we're going to continue on here. But yeah, thank you everybody who continues to donate to Child's Play charity. Like I said, I didn't mean to bemoan you in the last episode saying how donations have somewhat slowed, but like I said, I do have an idea I do have an idea as to how to inspire additional donations to Child's Play charity, because I would like to reach that. Whoa, hello, drop the mouse. I would like to reach that $50,000 goal on or around March of this year, so that we can have, like I said, it would be nice to have like a yearly Flobathon. I do have an idea. And it is very not evil. I was about to say evil. Let's say evil. It's an evil idea as I twiddle my moustache in a suspicious fashion. Just imagine the twiddling. So yeah, we're continuing on to the Farlands here. I have some space news. Remember that that highly anticipated SpaceX Falcon 9 launch that was due to take place on Tuesday morning, that I said was going to be quite awesome, because they're going to attempt to land the first stage booster on a floating platform. It got scrubbed, got delayed, and they're going to try again. The new launch time is for Friday morning, this Friday morning at 5:09 a.m. Eastern Time. That is 10:09 GMT. So stay tuned again for that. As the delays continue to happen, the launch has to be earlier and earlier because of the way the International Space Station passes over. They have to kind of sync up with the flyovers of the International Space Station so that the Dragon capsule can catch up properly. So that's why it went from 7 to 5 a.m. Eastern Time. They launch out of Florida, obviously, so they're on the eastern seaboard. So check that out if you can. Certainly favors those of you watching from the European countries and whatnot for the time there. But hopefully that happens. I believe it was just another one of those computers notified that there was a little bit of an issue. An actuator, a single actuator in one of the engine's gimbaling systems was giving a strange reading. So with these launches, it seems SpaceX is pretty cautious about making sure that they have successful launches, and if there is just anything even so slightly out of nominality, out of whack, out of spec, the computer is set pretty strictly to scrub the launch during the countdown. So hopefully things will go right. Hopefully things will go right with this next launch attempt on Friday morning. Woof! Wolfie wishes good luck as well to the Falcon 9 on its very interesting journey to space and then back to Earth. Yes, he does, indeed. I'm talking to a digital dog. So yeah, let's continue on here. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about something, and now I forgot. Oh, I was talking about my office. How you probably maybe can still hear a little bit of... People noticed when I was changed into the new office when I came back from the hiatus of the move. I sound a little bit different. There's a little bit of additional echo, reverb, because there's nothing on the walls. It's a little bit of a smaller room, but... I opted against, at the moment, I'll probably still get them, but I opted against the audio acoustic panels. Basically, like the foamish, like Amish, but foamish. Foam type panels that you put up on the walls that absorb and reduce the amount of audio that bounces back and forth on the walls. I have instead opted, I got some curtains. They're not up yet, but curtains. They are not made of iron. Iron curtains, get it? Yeah. But some curtains, having just some fabric on the walls helps deaden out some of the reverb, so we'll see how that goes. A lot of you say it's not really a problem at all, and Shirley, don't call me Shirley, but it's probably not that big of a problem at all. But the audio, I tend to be a little bit obsessed about, more so than many other gaming YouTubers. But we'll see, probably by the next episode I should have those up. Oh god, Wolfie, ow! Getting stuck under the boat. We'll have those up for the next episode, and we'll compare and contrast. Because in my old office, I did indeed have have some curtains up. Curtains, and I'm not sure if we can find some equilibrium with that. But we'll see. We will see. A little bit of a technical update, but let's go to sleep, and we'll continue walking in the morning. And curtains-ness. Curty curtains. Kurt's curtains. Hey, if this whole YouTube thing doesn't work out, I can open up a window treatment store and call it Curtains, but spell it with a Kurtains. Curtains. Get your curtains from Kurt at Curtains. Curtains. Courtesy curtains. The Iron Curtain. All right. I'm losing my mind. Let's look at some questions here. When you do donate to Child's Play charity, you can leave a comment. There's a little comment box. And in that, you can ask a question that I will hopefully get to in a future episode of Our Land's a Bust. The default is for all donations to be anonymous. So unless you have set up an actual Child's Play charity account... Why is there no grass here? Unless you've set up a Child's Play charity account, I'm not going to know who each donation comes from. So if you want your question to be associated with a name or your Twitter name or your YouTube name or whatever, a nickname, put that in the comments box as well so that I can say, this person asked. Such as, Devin asks, all throughout space travel history, what was your favorite launch vehicle? A space-themed question here. Well, I mean, clearly the Apollo spacecraft was the only one to have taken humans to another planetary body, that is to say, the moon. So there is certainly some significance with that, but I'm going to have to say, being a... Oh god, Wolfie! Wait, where am I going? I'm running away. I am not in control of my faculties. Oh gosh. Wow, we're finding out new and crazy things with Minecraft. I think what was happening is I pressed W and then went into my inventory. Let's test that again. Oh, I pressed W and then went into the crafting cube. No? Huh. Why was that happening? Was Wolfie actually pushing me that entire way? Huh. Okay, that was weird. I'll forget that ever happened and continue on. Distractions. But yeah, all throughout history, what was your favorite launch vehicle? Like I said, the Apollo was pretty significant, but I am a child of the 80s and early 90s. So the only space launch vehicle that I grew up with was, of course, the Space Shuttle. The Space Shuttle is pretty much the same age as me. I think, what was the first launch in 81, wasn't it? So yeah, pretty much the same age as me. The Space Shuttle program. So the only space vehicle I knew was the Space Shuttle. And just growing up, that's what I remember. So I'll have to say the Space Shuttle, despite its unfortunate... what's the word I'm looking for? Lack of going anywhere, just going into orbit. And that's really more or less a problem with the policy. A lot of people don't realize is that, sure, the Nixon administration approved the Space Shuttle program, but they denied the space station program that was to go hand in hand with the Space Shuttle program. The Space Shuttle was developed with the goal in mind that it is a shuttle. It shuttles people and equipment to and fro a destination. That is to be, there was supposed to be Space Station America, I believe is what it was called, or something like that. There's supposed to be a space station that the space shuttles go between, but they approved the space shuttle, but not the space station, so then the space shuttle itself became its own destination, and it would just go up into orbit and be up in orbit for a little bit and then come back down, or launch satellites or retrieve satellites. It was doing like some military stuff, but they scrapped that program because they didn't, after the Challenger disaster, they didn't want to put astronauts' lives at risks for spy satellites or something like that. So it turned into just simply a science platform. But yeah, the space shuttle, certainly the best looking. It looks most like a spaceship because it can fly, it has wings and stuff like that. These other things are just simple little capsules. Not to poo-poo on the capsules, but, they're just little bells that return and you never use them again. The space shuttle was certainly kind of supposed to be the next generation, the future of spaceflight, and people say we're kind of taking a step backwards. Possibly, we've got our hands tied as far as being trapped in the chemical propulsion era of spaceflight. I suppose the only way we'll be able to overcome needing to use these vertical launch platforms and these capsules, basically, is if we somehow find a new method of spaceflight propulsion other than lighting large quantities of hydrogen ablaze. Look at this cool place. It's like Farlands Jr. right here. Sort of, kind of. Not really, but kind of. Cool. The Spires. The Spires of... What is this place gotta be called? The Spires of Rostopia. No, it's not really a topia. Topia seems like there should be a civilization here. Of the Spires of colonoscopy. You know what? I just saw coal, and I'm trying to come up with words. The floating floats of floaterdom. There we go. That's the name. Yeah, bunch of floats. Wow, yeah, this whole place is floating. Get a float it upwards. Get floated. Float away. Float on. What was that one song? Yeah. Speaking of the 90s, was that the 90s? Don't tell me that was the 2000s, because that's going to make me feel a little bit old. Alright, neat stuff here. I'm trying to find a good way I could, get a postcard picture of this, but... Oh, yeah, this is kind of cool. Hold on. Oh, hi. Welcome to my face. Alright, let's go up here. Oh, wow, yeah, this is kind of crazy. Actually, it looks better from down low. If the trees weren't in my way. I'm a terrible photographer. Alright, what if I do this? Then I get dirt. Here we go. Here's a nice... Oh, well, I'm back up to where I was before. Here we go. All right. Get out your camera. Put your wide-angle lens on. Nice. Nice job, Wolfie. You looked right at that. Well done. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Oh, and then look at this place coming up right here. Neat. We're coming across a lot of cool landscape. Yeah, when was the last time you got this sort of jibber-jabber in the latest version of Minecraft? It seems like they... In fixing the floating islands, they made things a little bit more boring. I know you can achieve this effect with the extreme biomes or whatever, but it feels false or forced. Here, it's completely random. All these waterfalls... If I wasn't on an epic journey to the edge of the world, I would probably set up camp and build a little house here. But we cannot. We cannot. I say many times, I say, that one of the cool things about Farlands or Bust, aside from the fact that we're recording video and taking some snapshots, screenshots there, a lot of these features, a lot of these areas, we see them once... And then we will never see them again as we continue on, at least never see them exactly as they were. We've had some strange instances of deja vu, like Notch's Fist. Remember we came across an area and I'm like, this is exactly the same layout and everything. Oh, here's a picture. Look at that big tree too. Oh, this is going to have to be a panorama. Wolfie's stuck. Let's see if some more stuff spawns over here. We can get a 360. Got some floating blocks over there. Oh, wow, this whole area is amazing. Cool. Have a seat, Wolfie. Or not, whatever. Yep, right here. Bip, bip, bip. That's a little bit close, but you're too close, man. Cool. I like this place. Far lands or bust is over. We're setting up camp here. All right. Gonna do a 360 panorama. It's gonna be difficult because the sun is setting. So let's do this really quick. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I gotta pick up my mouse. 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I'm counting them out. That really doesn't help with the whole panorama thing. Yeah, see, now the sun's going to be in a different position. All right, there we go. 360 panorama here in the floating beaks of floatiness. I want to come up with a much better name for this. This is the Spires of Atlantis. Space shuttle name, and makes it sound it makes it sound much more dramatic than the previous name. There we go. The Spires of Atlantis. Cool. I do like this area quite a lot. I like it a lot. I think we're gonna explore. I'm gonna go over there a little bit. I feel like walking out to that shoreline to see if anything spawns up over there where there's some land. It looks like a face. There's 2 eyes looking at me. Oh man, neat. Snaps a picture. Let's go to sleep, and we'll continue in the morning. And Spires of Atlantis-ness. You know what? Let's mark this occasion with a sign on the elevated hidey hole. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. The Spires of Atlantis-ness. I gotta add that. That's the way I name everything. This is episode 435. Neat. Alright, let's go exploring a little bit. We don't get to do this as much as we used to. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit north here. Kind of check out this shoreline to see if anything else pops up. We'll do like a big circle around or something like that. Did I accidentally press F? So foggy. There we go. No, I guess that's just the way the fog was. Yeah, I do miss this about the Minecraft terrain generation. Just like the utter randomness, like complete randomness. Oh, that's awesome over there. Wow. This whole place. Nostalgia. I don't feel like there's going to be much over there. It looks kind of weird and random. Maybe I should make a boat and just make a little bit of a detour. I do have another question while we're exploring. We should talk about space exploration. There was another... it's very strange that we had 2 space exploration questions here in a row, but from Foxy with a lot of X's, 24... If you could choose any one space mission to go back in time and be part of, which one would you choose? Apollo 11, 13, the Gemini? I don't think I would choose Apollo 13. The whole being inches from getting lost in space and dying a very lonely and horrible death is probably not the best choice. God, that's really tough. That is really tough. Obviously, you want to land on the moon and walk on the moon. I do like, obviously, Apollo 11, a lot of people don't realize, is they only spent like an hour on the surface of the moon. Walking around on the surface of the moon, they slept in the capsule overnight, quote unquote. There wasn't night on the moon, obviously, but yeah, as far as like Apollo 11 is, if you talk to Buzz Aldrin or if you had a chance to talk to Neil Armstrong, as many of you I'm sure had this chance, they would always say that they kind of wished. Obviously, they don't wish they were on a different mission. They were completely happy with being the first people to step on the surface of the moon, but they kind of wish that they were part of one of the later missions where they actually had time to walk around and spend a few days, a little bit more time to really take time to enjoy it. Because they really felt like they were really just rushed to get all their mission objectives complete in the short amount of time that they had. But, they say they wouldn't change that for any of the other missions for being the first there. Even Michael Collins, who was the command module pilot who didn't land on the moon on Apollo 11, he was by himself as Buzz and Neil were on the surface. He was orbiting in Columbia. Was it Columbia? Yeah, Columbia was the command module name. He said, sure, he could have had a chance to be one of the astronauts to walk on the moon in a later mission, or he had the chance to be part of the crew of the first landing on the moon. So he much preferred to have that opportunity instead, even though he didn't get himself to walk on the moon. So there's that aspect to it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Apollo 15 seems interesting. Certainly one of the missions, 15, 16, and 17 had or was it only 16 and 17? See, for someone who's really into spaceflight, I don't know the history as well as I should, but which ones had the lunar rover, the car, what was it called? The four-wheeled thingamabob. I think there were 3 missions, so it was 15, 16, and 17 that had the lunar roadster, I guess is what I would call it, to drive around. That would be cool. That would be really cool. But yeah, I mean, you gotta say the Apollo missions. I mean, really coming up, I believe this year we have the first space station missions that are going to last a year. We have astronaut Kelly, him, because he has a twin brother who's also an astronaut. I'm forgetting their first names, but he's going to spend a year on the International Space Station. Up until now, it's only been about 6-month missions, but he's going to spend a year, and they're going to, because they're identical twins, they're going to study his twin here back on Earth, and then him up on the station, their health, to kind of determine long-term space flight, microgravity, what that does to the human body. So I mean, that would be kind of interesting. The long-term missions seem quite interesting to me as from an exploration standpoint. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I could pick one specific mission. I mean, obviously there's the STS missions to the Hubble, the servicing missions and whatnot. Those seem pretty epic. A lot of people don't realize that the Hubble was actually at a higher altitude than the space station. Space station's at, what was the space station? Is that at like 150, 180 miles? Whereas Hubble, I think, it's not 300 miles. I think I'm getting miles and kilometers mixed up. But anyway, it's at a much higher altitude than the space station was, pretty much the maximum of what the space shuttle was capable of doing. They say there are people who are on those missions who went to the normal space shuttle, kind of the space station altitude, and then those who went to Hubble, and they're like, yeah, from Hubble you can really almost see the entire Earth from that altitude. You can really tell a difference. But those would be kind of cool. Which is why the movie Gravity got a few things wrong. You can't just up and on a whim switch from Hubble altitude to the International Space Station altitude, and it's not an easy thing to do, as in an impossible thing to do, because not even the space shuttle fully fueled will have that much oomph delta V to get back down to the International Space Station orbit. So yeah, that's a pretty good question, and I'm sure, like I said, somebody with much more encyclopedic knowledge of spaceflight history would have answered that a little bit better. The Mercury missions, wow, look at this, it's just a solid wall. Cool. I like this entire area. The Mercury missions, the little Mercury, the single-seater Mercury capsule. If you've never been to a museum and seen one of the actual Mercury capsules, they're all over the United States. There's one in Chicago, there's obviously a couple at Kennedy Space Center, and there's one in Washington, D.C. They're everywhere. But they are very, very tiny. Single-seater. I think it was John Glenn who said, you don't ride in the Mercury capsule, you wear it. It was pretty much a little spacesuit in the shape of a capsule that you kind of stepped into. It's kind of scary how little it is and how close they were to the vacuum of space. And even for re-entry and that sort of thing, you're pretty much, I think it was like the back of your head is about 6 inches from the outside of the heat shield. It's crazy stuff. Crazy madness stuff. What happened? Where? I'm all confused. I'm all disoriented as to where I am in this. Oh, there's the 2 eyes. Oh my god, we're gonna live here, aren't we? I was getting confused as to my my location. Let's go live under the 2 eyes. I pretty much just walked in a circle. Because, yeah, there's my bed. Yeah, I just want to get one last look at this scenery from this standpoint, and then we'll walk over and we will sleep under the watchful eyes of Atlantis. That was kind of where I wanted to walk. I missed that entirely. Or did I walk underneath that? I'm so confused. The Spires of Atlantis-ness. Alright, let's try to get under the eyes there, and then we'll build the end of the episode hidey hole. Kind of a... See, even this far on into episode 435, we still have some variety and some different stuff happening in Far Lands or Bust. It's not just walking in one direction and talking endlessly about random stuff that spawns the top of my head and from questions and you guys. We're walking around and we are enjoying this terrain and this game that we're playing. And, yeah, I mean, honestly, if I want to choose, I would say I'm all right with this version of Minecraft. If the game never even updated beyond this point, it still would have been quite all right by me. Oh, here, this is where I'm trying to go. I knew there was a pathway through. Oh, that's like a... Oh, it like continues, and there's a lava pit and everything. This whole place, it's crazy. Oh, this over here looks like it's perfectly made for a hidey hole. Oh, this whole place. It's crazy, Wolfie, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like they've already started a hidey hole for us. It's kind of creepy, but okay. I'll take it, I guess. Here, have a seat, Wolfie. We'll mark this off. Yeah, it's got like a porch and a little bit of an overhang here. It's a house. Welcome home, everybody. We've been expecting you. Watch it not be safe. Watch a zombie spawn or something like that. I feel like I should almost... Oh, yep. Actually, I hear an alarming amount of rattling bones. I think we might be near a skeleton spawner. Oh dear. This is not ideal at all. Oh wait, we gotta do that. I was gonna put a door here to make it seem official, but now I don't quite seem like I have time. Yeah, let's close this off. I hear a bunch of footsteps and I'm getting spooked. Oh wait. Let's close it off right here. There we go. Spooked. Spooked, I say. Spooked. Alright, let's go there. A very interesting episode of Far Lands Bust. We got some chickens laying eggs outside. I think I heard that right. A little pop noise. It's the noise eggs make. Whence laid. If you've ever been on a farm, you hear that all the time. Here we go. Let's try to do this properly. Alright, I'm going to do this. Alright, are we good? I think we're good. Got a door! Got a door, everybody. We're living in a lap of luxury. Let's make the beds for the next episode. Hopefully, when we record Friday's episode, we will have news of the launch and successful landing of that Falcon 9 SpaceX spacecraft. They're saying that they're probably not going to have live footage of the landing because it is in a remote location. There are not going to be any people nearby for safety reasons. They do have cameras both on the landing platform and on the rocket itself, but it's very unsure whether or not they're going to be able to have a live feed from that. So it's probably going to be archive footage that they'll be able to upload later once they're able to recover it. But still interesting to watch that. On Friday, like I said, the launch is at 5:09 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:09 GMT. Thank you, everybody, for your questions, for donating to Child's Play charity, for hopefully you enjoyed this little walkabout, the Spires of Atlantis-ness today in Far Lands of Us. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Slightly out of nominality,